Hello my friends, today we are going to learn about a very sinister supernatural being. It had its first reports here in Brazil. In 1560, Father José de Anchieta wrote a letter that said the following. He lives most of the time on the banks of rivers and tides and is called Boitatá by the indigenous people. When this creature is sighted, you notice a beam of shimmering light shining as brightly as the sun. Quickly, this creature captures its prey. Whatever this thing is, I don't really know its origin or why God put it on earth. These were the words used to describe the mythical being that the indigenous people call Boitatá. The term Boitatá is the combination of two words, right? Boy means snake and tata means fire, so it means fire snake or also thing of fire, right? The legend says, that a long time ago, a night lasted for a very long time, as if there would never be daylight again. It was a very dark night, with no stars, no wind, no sound. It was a period of great silence. People stayed inside their homes and were suffering from hunger and cold.
Dad, when will we see the sun again? I don't know, my son. I have no idea how long it's been since we've seen the sun. I'm sorry. Let's hope that one day it comes back.
There was no way to chop wood for the braziers that kept people warm. Hunting was impossible in that darkness, as nothing could be seen. It was an endless night. The days went by and the rain began. It rained a lot. There was so much rain that it started to flood everything, and many animals ended up dying. A huge snake that lived resting on a giant log woke up hungry and started eating the eyes of those dead animals that shone floating on the water. Some say they shone because of the light from the last day the animals saw. From eating so many shining eyes, that snake became radiant like fire and transparent. The snake turned into this monster called Boitatá. Whoever encounters this fantastic being can go blind, lose their mind, or even die.
Bring the cage! Let's take all these animals to the ship. They're worth a lot of money on the black market. Hurry up, you useless fools! Boss, we heard a noise from over there. I'm scared. It's just another animal. No need to be scared. Come on, don't waste time, you useless fools.
Please don't kill me. I'm just a...
So to avoid disaster, people believe they have to stay still. Without breathing and with eyes tightly shut, the attempt to escape from this flaming serpent presents risks for the person. Because this attitude represents human guilt. It imagines that you are in the forest doing something wrong, destroying the forest or hunting the animals. Boitatá is known as the protector of the forests and the fields, depriving anyone of their life in an instant. So be careful, you who are walking through the forest. Hello my friends. Today we're going to learn about a sinister creature known as train eater. This thing is able to modify its body and pretend to be a train, copying every detail of this means of transportation used by thousands of people every day. If you were at a station where train eater was, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference at first. Because this creature mimics very well the sounds of gears, doors opening, announcements of upcoming stations, among other things. It also has lighting inside, just like a normal vehicle. You'll only realize something is wrong when the windows start to close, then it moves very fast, to the point where some people even lose their balance and fall. You'll see a green liquid running down the walls and slowly starting to fill the interior. Everyone around you will start to melt and be digested by it. The chance of surviving the devouring train is minimal because the acid is very strong. And even if you tried to use a knife or something sharp to cut your way through the walls, you would be going too fast to try to jump out of there. Maybe the only way to escape from this creature would be whenever you were about to board a train to poke the bodywork with something metallic, because if blood came out of the bodywork, you would already know, right, who it was. All the unlucky passengers who get on it are digested, served as food for this creature. He likes to appear in very busy metropolises. His favorite times to fill his belly are during rush hours because he can catch many defenseless passengers without them even suspecting that this will be their last trip. So my friends, be careful when taking a train, okay? Hello my friends, today we're going to talk about a bizarre creature that has been circulating on the internet for many years. It's about Slenderman, supposedly a thin, faceless man. It's an evil creature coming straight from the depths. He appears to be a middle-aged man with completely white skin and very tall. He would be able to stretch his arms, legs, even his torso however he wants, you know? And his goal would always be to cause fear and attract more victims to watch the people he intends to capture. Slenderman would be able to shape his body to achieve his goals. For example, he could pretend to be a lamppost in the dark or a tree with his fingers that can take the shape of tentacles. According to the legends, Slenderman's preferred prey are children. Before capturing them and ending their lives, he usually watches them from a distance, following his victims at various times. Despite this, some adults also claim to have seen Slenderman in places with a lot of fog and trees, near rivers or forests, and even in bedrooms at night. That's crazy. When people forget their windows open, what I told you could happen, my friend. Normally, this creature appears in places with little movement and poor lighting, you know? Making his job easier. But that doesn't mean that you, who live in a big city, are safe from an unexpected visit from Slenderman. But what motivates him to make these attacks? Is it just out of malice, or is there something even more bizarre behind it? A case that caught the attention of the authorities happened in North America. A series of attacks on children was recorded over a period of 3 months. The attacks had a bizarre, specific pattern. The child victims had their faces brutally removed. Oh my god, what is this? Several searches were conducted to track down the perpetrator of this brutal act, but without success. They only found traces of blood in the woods near the scene. Fortunately, one victim survived the attack. Her testimony shocked everyone. The child gave a description of Slenderman. A tall man with a white face wearing a suit used his own hands to do this. Then the theory arose that Slenderman, because he doesn't have a face, would be looking for one, therefore committing these attacks to make up for his lack. Other theories circulating in forums say that Slenderman, before becoming a creature, was a very strange child. He was supposedly born with a genetic deformity on his face that made his friends tease him all the time. That's why one day he tried to remove his own face and ended up getting hurt because of it. From then on, his spirit returned in search of a new face. So be careful, my friends. Leave your like here to stay protected against any supernatural manifestation, okay? I'll stop here.
Bye.